What's up guys, my name is Liam and today we're taking a look at the brand new Waizowl OGM Pro V2. I've had some questions regarding this mouse. How does it stack up against the first version? How is the new performance with the 8K polling rate? And more importantly, is this going to be the perfect gaming mouse for you? Let's check it out. Before we get started today, I did want to let you know that this was sent out to me, but everything in this video is going to be my own words and my own opinions. Included inside of the box, it does come with a user manual. Here's a USB-C cable. It does have these rubberized filling grips. Comes with 3 different sets of skates of your choice, and the mouse does actually not come with skates on it out of the box. As you can see, there are some dot skates missing here. It did actually come with more, but I was using dot skates to test this mouse out. It also does have these larger set style skates and these smaller medium sized style skates. Here's a look of the dongle, same as what we saw on the OGM Cloud. It does have a rubberized bottom and an LED indicator around the bottom here. For the bottom layout, looks pretty similar to the Waizowl OGM Cloud. You do have your power button over here, so you hold it down to power on or off. DPI button. Over here you have the PR button, and as I've already showed you, it does have this bigger design for the skates. Huge fan of this. And these skates that actually do come included with this, if you can see the center ring here, they are fantastic. They are the 100% virgin PTFE skates, so everything about the bottom of this works out great. From the second that I've first taken this out of the box to all the time that I've been spending on testing it, and I have put a lot of time into it, I have been really impressed just by the overall feeling. I mean, everything about this mouse really is fantastic. The build quality of it and the shell integrity, I've even opened this up and taken it apart to do latency tests and stuff like that. Rock solid on the shell. I haven't gotten any type of bending, creaking, or anything like that at all. If you were to push very, very hard here in the middle, you can get a slight amount of bend, but it doesn't activate the side buttons for me or anything like that. So really impressive on that. The coating on this is just very grippy and sticky in the hands. For mouse 1 and 2, they are using the Huano blue shell pink dots, some of my favorite mechanical switches out there on the market. And everything about the click implementation on here was done very well. You get basically almost no pre-travel or even post-travel in the very front of the switch. You do get just a little bit more of play, but nothing too bad. So the click implementation on this all the way around, it feels pretty solid. They're a little bit lighter down here in the front, and they do get slightly a bit heavier in the back. And I have been going back and forth and comparing the click implementation on this mouse to some of my other Huano blue shell pink dot gaming mice that I have out there. On these, they do feel lightweight and great. They're just a little bit heavier. They do feel a little bit more stiffer. That could just be due to tighter tolerances, but big fan of these. I'm not getting any type of left to right play, any type of teetering, no matter where I activate the switch. The scroll does feel pretty similar to the first copy. It does have this rubberized ring on here. It is pretty grippy. You do have defined steps here, and the weight of these, I'd put them kind of in the medium area. They're not too heavy, not too light, but the center scroll click on there is actually really easy to actuate. And then finally, when it comes to the side buttons are one of my favorite things about this mouse. They are just spot on. No matter where you click them from, you get like no pre-travel and practically no post-travel at all. So very clicky, easy to spam, but at the same time, they have like no play on them. And this time around, the coating on the side buttons does actually match the shell as well. So everything about this in the hands feels really fantastic. So let's go ahead and drop the sound test. When it comes to the weight and balance, everything about the weight and balance feels spot on, front to back, left to right. Again, without skates on, just having that center skate. On my scale, looks like it's coming in around 51.3 grams, though this isn't going to be exactly precise on the weight of these. Just to give you guys an idea, throwing some dot skates on there. That's about what we're looking at. If you put these medium sized skates on here, That's around what the weight's going to be. And then throwing the larger set style skates on here, going to probably put you right under 54 grams. For the software, they are using this similar type of software that we've seen before on their other mice. Really simple to use, allows you to come in here and change your DPI and pulling rate on this tab. If you were to come over to this next tab, it does give you the option to turn on or off motion sync, and it does allow you to change the click to bounce setting down to as low as 0 milliseconds. I have been noticing that when I have this set to a 0 milliseconds click to bounce setting, I have been getting some occasional double clicking. So if you do have this issue as well, you might want to adjust this up to either 1 or 2. Just keep going until the issue does stop for you. When it comes to the performance of this, it is kind of getting pointless to talk about performance when numbers are this great. I do still like doing this testing for some of the more budget friendly options to kind of see where they weigh in at. And again, I will continue to do this just to see if I do notice any discrepancies. With this mouse, however, right up there with the other top performing gaming mice that are currently on the market. This is almost kind of like a hybrid of an ergo or a symmetrical style mouse. You do have the top mid hump here, but the curve from the left side down to the right side, it is very minimal. And it almost has more of a flatter filling type. And even the curvature on the bottom here, as you can see, it does kind of flare out a little bit wide over here on the pinky side, but the curves on the side here are a little bit more flat and not as aggressive as most other ergos out there. So let's go ahead and throw it up against the original just so you can see the slight changes that have been made. These do feel very similar in the hands when it comes to the overall shape, but I do feel like that this new V2 is a bit of a scaled down version of the original, and I do kind of feel like you do notice it mostly when it comes to this top hump right here. Just going back and forth and holding these in the hands, you could tell that the original OGM Pro just feels a little bit larger. And next up, when comparing it to the Vaxi NP01, the NP01 does have much more aggressive curves down here, where the Waizowl does feel a bit more flat on the sides. A little bit flatter feeling from left to right. But from the side profile, you can see where these are a little bit different, where the NP01 feels much flatter at the top. The Waizowl does have a more aggressive mid hump there, and you kind of get more of a rear hump feeling over here on the NP01. All right, then finally, I'll go and throw it up against the Thorn here really quick, just to kind of show you guys some of the differences with the ergo style. The Thorn does have much more aggressive curves on the side on the bottom. And with the flatter filling of the Waizowl, it does make it feel just slightly a little bit more wide in the grip width. But looking at these from the rear, you can see how the Thorn does have that more aggressive ergo style curve from the left side of the mouse down to the right. And when it comes to the hump profile between both of these, I do feel like the mid hump does feel more aggressive with the height over here on the Thorn, where the curve profile from front to back on the OGM Pro V2 does feel a bit less aggressive, and it feels a little bit lower than the Thorn does. Alright guys, so that about wraps things up on the Waizowl OGM Pro V2, and really this is an S-tier mouse. This is about as good as it gets for me. I don't really have any other things that I can critique about it. I feel like the weight of it, everything about it feels great. The performance is even fantastic. It's been great to use in games. So yeah, if this is something that you guys are interested in, the shape looks like anything to be appealing to you, then this is one that I would absolutely recommend checking out. Alright guys, so if you feel like I left anything out or have any other questions, please let me know down in the comments below. Aside from that, if you've enjoyed watching this video and are interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.